We want to officially welcome you as we celebrate our 45th anniversary, as both women have alluded to, by something of a walk down memory lane. But first, we're going to pay a lovely visit to what we've arrived at today. Please enjoy this short video about East End Arts by August 1st Arts, a Peter Beston production.
And I'm an artist.
My name is Jim Slezak. I'm an artist.
My name is Pat Snyder. I'm the executive director of East End Arts.
When I first moved here, I could see it was a beautiful place to paint, but at one point I was wondering, well, who's going to see my work out here? So I started searching, and when I came upon the East End Arts Council, this was 1992, I thought I was saved.
I had wanted to get involved in photography from 1970, and 2010 comes along. A friend said, why don't you try submitting a piece to East End Arts? So I did, and it got in, much to my surprise and delight.
East End Arts was started in 1972 under the Woodrow Wilson Humanities Series to bring the arts to rural areas. The first executive director, Elizabeth Richard, was responsible for Art Train, which was groundbreaking and amazing. She worked with the Long Island Railroad to bring art in trains to the East End of Long Island. East End Arts is basically a comfort zone for all things artistic.
Artists, for the most part, work alone, and East End Arts has enabled me to come to a place where not only am I welcomed, but I can exchange ideas with like-minded people.
A key turning point for East End Arts was taking over the former Eastern Suffolk School of Music.
East End Arts School is now 22 years old. We are a school of music, of visual arts, of many great programs.
And the world's needed action. Holy God!
My daughter got into Renaissance Kid Camp as soon as she was old enough. They divide into three different majors, art, theater, and music. And at the point that she aged out, she was heartbroken, but then realized she could come back as an assistant counselor.
I wish it was around when I was a kid. The school, I think, provides a wonderful opportunity for students to learn a skill in music or art, but also life skills that are important for career and dealing with people.
We have over 200 students in private music and group music.
I teach woodwinds, strings, piano, and drums. No matter what language you speak, you can all get on the same page and speak music.
I teach strings, including violin, cello, and viola.
Now, what's the next note? F sharp?
What we do is we really gear our private lessons towards the individual student.
I've been playing cello at East End Arts since I was 2.5 or 3. I did one violin lesson and I didn't really like it, and then I met my cello teacher, Jeannie Walker, and I immediately fell in love with her and the cello.
It gives me the opportunity to pass on the love and the joy of music, which is really important.
Through a variety of our programs, our students are able to study under or perform with master musicians, such as Bagiti Kumalo, who's Paul Simon's bass player. These are tuition-free programs where the students can really take advantage of the mastery, the techniques, the skills, and the spirit of these musicians.
This new studio is going to do great things for East End Arts. We have 24 simultaneous recording channels, so we can record a full orchestra, we can record anything that needs to be recorded. So no matter what it is, it's just very, very flexible.
Another wonderful signature program is our Itzhak Perlman collaborative program, where they're able to play under the baton of Itzhak Perlman. We teach all ages and all levels. We have our infants and toddlers in the Music Garden program. We have our New Horizons band. And then we have a program called Music by the Bedside. And this is with end-of-life patients, palliative care patients. And this is at both Peconic Bay Medical Center and Peconic Landing.
Peconic Landing is very proud to collaborate and partner with East End Arts throughout the year. Most notably is we have 2 award-winning programs that we collaborated on, Arts Without Barriers and Music by the Bedside.
That's my favorite. How great thou art.
Everyone loves music. You just have that strong emotional tie to music. And with residents that are at end of life or that may have cognitive impairment, the long-term memory is the last thing to go. So if you're able to bring back that emotion, that powerful feeling, the response is just unbelievable.
Jumpstart 2014 was my first foray into public art.
Jumpstart is a 6-month professional development program for artists.
Most artists are not good at marketing themselves, and I fall into that category.
Art is a lot more than just making art. You know, you have to be able to be a business person too.
On a public scale, I would have to create photographs that would be indelible to the weather, which was a trick.
We have 16 artists. We have everything from poetry, visual art, dance, music, storytelling, interactive art, you name it.
So it ended up being a projection, which was an extension of what I did. I created the images, and I'd go out there and test them every night. They gave us 6 months of boot camp, essentially, for artists. It was professional development.
It will encourage the public to really see the importance of how the arts can support vibrancy in a community.
And thanks to Pat Snyder, she pushed me along the way and told me, oh, no, you can do it. Just keep going.
East End Arts has presented the Harvest Gospel Concert Series for 30 years.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. All you people.
East End Arts started Winterfest in 2007. It's a cultural tourism initiative for the East End of Long Island. We bring music performance, there's restaurant specials, there's a schedule of events that anyone can go to during the course of 4 weeks.
East End Arts Teenie Awards. This is the East End Arts Teenie Awards. And there's a million kids who are...
The Teenie Awards are like the Tony Awards, but they're for high school students. The annual Community Mosaic Street Painting Festival is a day-long celebration of the arts. Community Mosaic features probably 200 street painters, 50 artist vendors, performance during the day, drum circles, art activities for children, and music all day long.
East End Arts has allowed me to express my vision of being a photographer, and not only have I found a lot of new friends through this, but some very influential photographers and artists that have helped me grow as well.
But I couldn't do it by going up. I couldn't keep these patterns.
At East End Arts, I've had the opportunity to meet so many artists. I thought it would be interesting to be able to sit with one artist and one painting and have a public conversation about what was going on in that artist's mind.
I can tell if I'm being too intellectual about what I'm doing, and being too cognitive about it.
The first thing a person does when they look at a painting, if there's an eye in it, they'll look straight at the eye. Now in this case, the eye is looking back at you, me. me as the painter, you as the observers of the painting. But the bird is also looking at itself, and its other eye is also looking at it.
In those conversations, we get a chance to really delve into the artistic process. And the more I delve into it, the more curious that process becomes.
But is it art?
You have maybe 3 important places in your life. You have your home and your workplace, and East End Arts is that 3rd place. And it is very much a family.
It's a great feeling of belonging.
I've been volunteering at the East End Art Gallery for close to 4 years. I fell upon East End Arts and a change in my career. When I walked in the door, it felt like home.
East End Arts puts on 4 juried shows, 1 member show, a holiday boutique, and a winter show. We also have some off-site exhibits. We have the Jamesport Manor Inn. It's called the Rosalie Diamond Gallery. We have the theater in Peconic Landing, and we have Town Hall, and we have Southampton Cultural Center.
East End Arts has given me the opportunity to curate shows like this one, where I can also hang my own work. It's a great opportunity to meet people and to be within the crowd of all the photographers out here, and it's wonderful.
One of the things you really notice at our openings is everybody knows everybody. Everybody is very excited by everybody else's artwork hanging or artwork that's in progress or things that they're up to, and it's a wonderful community.
That, more than anything, is the beauty of having these exhibitions.
So one of the most gratifying things for me personally is to watch an artist grow. I've seen some amazing transformation where artists, who could paint pretty decently, emerge to doing amazing, wonderful, fine art.
It is great to be able to show your work, have so many people come and see it, see what other people are doing. It's quite inspiring.
East End Arts is 45 years old this year. We have a fantastic history, and I think we have a fantastic future in front of us.
I feel they are a big pillar in the community.
At Peconic Landing, we believe in partnering with people to become stronger. And with East End Arts, we have found a strong alliance that is enriching the lives of many.
In the next 45 years, I think East End Arts has the opportunity to contribute to the independence, the entrepreneurship, and the free thinking that the artistic community values and captures in the work that they do.
East End Arts is creativity, inspiration, and education that never ends.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, I'd like to thank the students, the faculty, the staff, and the membership of East End Arts for your continued support. I'd also like to thank the participants who have provided financial support for the organization in the past and ask for your continued support in the future.
I think East End Arts has defined the artistic scene out here on the East End.
As an artist, this is the place to be.
I love East End Arts
For the love and the joy of music. It feeds your soul.
Great snacks at the reception.
Life enriching.
Artist community. Joy and happiness.
Camaraderie.
Innovation.
Family.
East End Arts changed my life.
We are so fortunate to live in a place that has an organization like this. I mean, I told you I'd be choking up. Watching that just really stirs me to some incredibly deep extent. There are so many individuals who have been key to the success of East End Arts, and tonight we plan to honor a few of them. We begin our evening by honoring Mark Katz, the quintessential musician, never without his saxophone. Mark was always performing or teaching or touring, soft-spoken and kind, yet staunchly keeping his eye out for the underdog. He would readily step up on behalf of anyone he felt was given an injustice. Mark joined the East End Arts School faculty as a woodwind teacher in 1995. Mark cared deeply for his students, and the feelings were mutual, with students often sharing personal issues and challenges during their lessons. And now, in Mark's honor, a performance by our very first all-star band of the evening. We've got Bekiti Kumalo, who began playing bass growing up in Soweto, South Africa, and moved on to playing with Herbie Hancock, Cyndi Lauper, Harry Belafonte, Chaka Khan, Gloria Estefan, Paul Simon. Also a vocalist and composer, Bekiti has 4 solo albums to his credit as well. Stan Wright, who is a personal friend of mine, is well known throughout Long Island and New York City as a great bassist and guitarist, having played alongside Bo Diddley, Little Buster, Jim Chapin, Mark Gatz, and numerous others. He's also well known for his 18 years at East End Arts, teaching bass, guitar, and percussion, and sometimes piano to me when it became clear that bass was not my instrument. Stan's over here. Bob Hovey has blown his trombone with the Hoodoo Loungers, the Sunnyland Jazz Band, Mambo Loco. He's played organ behind Jimmy McGriff, the Temptations, Four Tops, and as leader, composer, arranger, and/or sideman, he's played Town Hall, Guildhall, Gateway, the Copacabana, CBGB, the Knitting Factory, and other less fashionable Lower Manhattan music venues. Rick DeLuca teaches guitar and percussion at East End Arts. He hit the stage with his band Spread Eagle, runs his commercial recording studio, Blood Orange Sound Studios. I'm sure there's a story behind that. And is the sound engineer for East End Arts' Jesse F. Sherman Recording Studio. Rick DeLuca. Nikita Sipiagin began studying trumpet, piano, and percussions before settling on alto sax. Since then, Nikita has won top scores in NYSSMA, selected for the Skamia Jazz Big Band, chosen to participate in the 2017 Music Masters with Bekiti Kumalo, and is currently attending the Lincoln Center Jazz Academy. David Bravo was born and raised in Cape Town, South Africa. You know, I think we got Nikita and David swapped. So David Bravo was studying trumpet, piano, and percussions before settling on alto saxophone. Do I have that right? Okay. And Nikita was born and raised in Cape Town, South Africa. Do I have that right? Yes. Okay. All right. So classically trained, David fell in love with jazz and began composing his own music. No, that would be Nikita fell in love with jazz and began composing his own music and moved to New York to pursue his career. He has toured and recorded with Harry Belafonte, Jack Bruce of Cream, Bo Diddley, and others. Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of Mark Gatz, Bekiti, Stan, Bob, Rick, Nikita, and David, performing Along Came Betty by Benny Golson. Elizabeth Richard was the first executive director at East End Arts in 1973. She, along with Dorothy Barron, set the stage for a history of important, innovative programming by introducing the Art Train, a gallery on wheels, to Long Island. Working with the Long Island Railroad and collaborating with communities to bring significant museum art to rural East End, the project proved how a mobile exhibit can expand the reach of art into the communities. According to her daughter, Christine Palmer, there were artists and art all around us, and she wanted these people and their work to become part of the daily life of the people living in our community. In tribute to Liz, a heart-stirring standard, performed by Lauren Anaski, a 17-year-old Riverhead High School senior and piano student of Andrea Medugno. She starred as Elle Woods in RFCT's production of Legally Blonde. She performed with the Rascals on this stage through the 2016 East End Arts Music Masters Mentorship Program. And Gene Lamendola. He's been teaching music for 44 years, including as adjunct professor at Suffolk County Community College, and was chairperson of art and music in the North Babylon School District. He continues to play professionally and to teach both at Hampton Music and Arts and at East End Arts in Riverhead. And now, in honor of Liz, with At Last by Harry Warren and Mac Garden, here are Lauren Anaski and Gene Lamendola.
My love has come along. to press my cheek to a thrill that I have never known. Oh, and you smile, oh, within a spell of sky. And here we are in heaven, for you are mine
Some people were born to be teachers. Jim Lewin was one of them. A devoted violin teacher and a good-natured guy, Jim did whatever he could do to help his students. As a faculty member at East End Arts, albeit for too brief a time, he made a big impact on everyone he met. To honor Jim Lewin, we present one of East End Art School's youngest violinists, 5-year-old Madeline Holmes, who studies Suzuki violin with Jeannie Walker, and her grandfather, Terry Flanagan, who, having completed his first year of guitar lessons, is now known as 3-Chord Charlie. Ladies and gentlemen, performing Twinkle, arranged by S. Suzuki, here are Madeline Holmes and Terry Flanagan. Just blow! Randy Reef bellowed at many a hesitant student musician. He believed you just gotta step in and give it a try. Randy was convinced that novices learn best from the advanced musicians, so he put them together whenever possible. It's how his jazz in the living room began. That intergenerational approach continues with the Randy Reeve Jazz Festival in Kings Park, honoring Randy's commitment to keeping jazz alive. Randy's compositions were commentary on life. Summer Stuff depicted summer romance. Fix it, damn it, fix it, chastised government's greed, and The Price is Too High lashed out at money vultures. In his later years, he added golden years and pharmaceutical blues about the unfairness of aging, but always with a nod to still being alive. Randy's music was a unique spectrum, from audacious to his sweet, soft lullabies that stole your heart. His lullabies often honored his grandchildren, the joy of his life. Randy taught jazz piano and composition for over 60 years at East End Arts and across the island, door to door. Randy was honored by East End Arts with the Inspirational Arts Educator Award at the 2007 Evening of Thanks. Performing one of Randy Reeves' original compositions, the Honorable Arthur G. Pitts. Remembered as the Divine Diva, Frances Virginia Ligon performed in the East End Arts annual Harvest Gospel Concerts for 20 years. She studied classical music with Reverend Marianne McElroy, was chosen to solo at a ministerial choir directors conference in Hampton, Virginia. In 2005, she was the featured soloist at the Gene Rimsky Theater in Port Washington. She shared her talents and her passion for music by founding the Gospel Music Scholarship to assist young upcoming musicians who wanted to pursue music with a religious focus and receive formal training. While working as an applications engineer, she also founded the Brookhaven National Laboratory Gospel Choir and sat as an East End Arts board member from 2005 to 2007. In honor of Fran Ligon, let me introduce you to our next guest tribute trio. Twins Grace and Rebecca Lukaczynski, divas in their own right, started at East End Arts School at 9. Went on to study piano and voice with Ellis Pelham, Ann Webb, Jennifer Ruller, Chris McKee, Doug Sabo, grew to be East End Arts Renaissance Kid camp counselors, and performance at our East End Arts Gala, the Community Mosaic Street Painting Festival, and the Music by the Bedside program. Actors and teenie nominees as well, they currently attend Adelphi University. Ladies and gentlemen, in tribute to Fran Ligon, here are Grace and Rebecca Lukaczynski, accompanied by Jean Lemondola with Sutton Foster's Flight.
Let me run through fields in the night. Let me lift from the ground till my soul is in flight. Let me sway like the shade of a tree. Let me swirl like a cloud in a storm on the sea. Wish me on my way. Through the dawning day, I wanna flow, wanna rise, wanna spill, wanna grow in a grove on the side of a hill. I don't care if the train runs late, if the checks don't clear, if the house blows down. I'll be off where the weeds run wild, where the seeds fall far from this earthbound town. And I'll start to soar. Watch me rain till I pour. I'll catch a ship that'll sail me astray. Get caught in a wind, I'll just have to obey till I'm flying away. Let me leave behind all the clouds in my mind. I wanna wake without wondering why, finding myself in a burst for the I'll just roll. Let me lose all control. I want to float like a wish in a well, free as the sound of the sea in a shell. I don't know, but maybe I'm just a fool. I should keep to the ground. I should stay where I'm at. Maybe everyone has hunger like this, and the hunger will pass. But I can't think like that. All I know is somewhere in a clearing, there's a glimmering of sunlight on a river long and wide, and I have such a river inside. Let me run through a field in the night. Let me lift from the ground till my soul is in flight. Let me sway like the shade of a tree. Let me swirl like a cloud in a storm on the sea. Wish me on my way. Wish me on my way till the dawning day. I wanna flow, wanna rise, wanna spin, wanna grow on the side of a hill, wanna shift like a wave rolling on, wanna drift from the path I've been traveling upon before I am gone.
It is because Ann Hirsch, with Marty DePiro, Harris Danziger, and Norman Pickering, took on the challenge of starting a regional music school, the Eastern Suffolk School of Music, that we now have the East End Arts School. As reported by the New York Times, quote, with a startup budget of $500, a rented piano, a borrowed room, and a staff of 4 teachers willing to wait to be paid, ESSM was born, end quote. We are happy to say that East End Arts has continued the vision to this day, and there are currently 500 students from under 1 year to 90 years at the East End Arts School. studying music and art, enjoying summer camp, performing on their fiddles for Itzhak Perlman, learning from professionals in our Music Masters program, and performing at bedsides. Ms. Hirsch was a passionate musician and music educator who served as Eastern Suffolk School of Music's executive director for 10 years. One of her greatest gifts was as a private piano instructor to countless children and adults. She brought her love of music into the lives of hundreds of students. Over a career spanning more than 60 years, she touched the lives of many through music and was well known in the community for her extensive musical contributions. As a pianist and violinist, she was an essential member of the Sound Symphony. In honor of Anne Hirsch, a performance from Paganini by a guest duo. Violinist Lisa Casal-Gallietta is founder of the Red Door Chamber Players, resident violinist of the Impetus Dance Collaborative, a member of the Symphony of the Americas, and has worked with Marvin Hamlisch, Randy Newman, Todd Reynolds, Lucas Voss, and others. An adjunct professor of violin at Suffolk Community College, Lisa also teaches in her private violin studio and for the past 6 years at East End Arts. Guitarist, lutenist, chamber musician, and educator Daniel Keene is a member of the Red Door Chamber Players, the Hudson Flute and Guitar Duo, and the Samadhi Keene Piano and Guitar Duo. One on faculty at Nassau Community College, Daniel is also an avid performer of new music, collaborating with composers worldwide and premiering many new works. In honor of Anne Hirsch, here are Lisa Casal-Gallietta and Daniel Keene with Niccolò Paganini's Sonata Concertata. Martis DePiro was deeply connected to music and the arts, serving as president of the State Council on the Arts, executive director of Theater 3 in Fort Jefferson, and executive director of the East End Arts and Humanities Council. While at East End Arts, she helped Anne Hirsch form the Eastern Suffolk School of Music. With a long history of being community-minded and devoted to people, Marty formed the folk group for the Church of the Immaculate Conception in Queog and the food pantry at the Church of the Immaculate Conception. A groundbreaker, Marty was the first female supervisor of the town of Riverhead, development director at Dominican Sisters Family Health Service, president of the West Hampton Beach School Board, founder of the West Hampton Beach Recreation Program, and organizer of the Southampton Town Democratic Party. As her daughter Carol Ann told us, I did much of my growing up at East End Arts, padding up and down the stairs to Mom's office, bringing friends to help with mailings and flyers, taking pottery and painting and blacksmith workshops, taking flute and violin next at the Eastern Suffolk School of Music. I have nothing but the fondest of memories of that time and remain very proud of all the work my mother did there. She adds, I'm quite sure that I would not have grown up to be an artist were it not for my mother and East End Arts. From her son Kevin, who says, I remember growing up on Saturday play dates at the Riverhead Auditorium with Alvin Ailey or Bob McGrath or Harry Chapin. He says, I remember licking lots of envelopes and folding lots of newsletters in the Arts Council. I remember hiding in the magic tree by the carriage house. I remember doing theater workshops with my sister and Edmund Felix. I remember sitting on folding chairs on the back lawn on the 4th of July with my whole family, facing the Peconic River, watching fireworks as they played Handel's water music. I even remember catching a bus on my own from West Hampton to make trumpet lessons my mom had signed me up for at next door School of Music. In honor of Marty and in recognition of the value she placed on family, we have an entire family of guest musicians, literally a whole family. Peter Sultan began playing piano by ear as a child and continues to play, performing at events for Peconic Bay Medical Center, where he chairs the Department of Orthopedic Surgery. Fond of classical, rock, and pop, he enjoys learning new songs and posting his performances on YouTube, where they have been viewed nearly 1 million times under the pseudonym Pianopodes. Kara Wiener Sultan has always had a passion for the arts, particularly a love of dance. After many years in social work, she now volunteers her time at her children's school and shuttling them to East End Arts. Elizabeth Sultan is a third grader at West Hampton Beach Elementary and beginning her 4th year of piano at East End Arts. Elizabeth loves the performing arts, appearing in The Sound of Music, Seussical, and upcoming Wizard of Oz at the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center. William Sultan has been studying violin with Gene Wolker since he was in kindergarten. Now a 2nd grader, William will be joining his sister on stage, appearing as a munchkin in The Wizard of Oz at the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sultan family, honoring Marty with Vince Giraldi's Linus and Lucy. Was the force behind the founding of East End Arts in 1972. Along with her colleagues, she recognized the need for an organization devoted to bringing art and culture to the East End of Long Island. As the first president of East End Arts, Aline brought together an amazing group of volunteers, many of whom are still working for the good of the community. Pat Stark, here in our audience today, looks back fondly on Aline as a person who made a huge impact on her life by mentoring her and getting her interested in working on new and exciting projects. Pat and East End Arts are forever thankful for the gift Aline gave to all of us. Performing in tribute to Aline, another talented guest trio. Maddie Seidels is a 17-year-old West Hampton Beach High School student who's been singing since she could talk, plays guitar and ukulele, performs with the gospel choir, music by the bedside, and at this summer's East End Arts Music Masters Bakiti Tour. Hoping for a successful solo career, she's already wowed the crowds at Amateur Night at the Apollo, during halftime at a Knicks game at B.B. King's, the Bitter End, and the Hard Rock Cafe. Ladies and gentlemen, Maddie Seidels, Bakiti Kumalo, and David Bravo, honoring Aline with George Gershwin's Someone to Watch Over Me.
There's a saying, says that love is blind. Still we're often told, seek and ye shall find. So I'm going to seek a certain lad I've had in mind. Looking everywhere, haven't found him yet. He's the big affair I cannot forget. Only man I ever think of with regret. To my monogram. Tell me, where is the shepherd for this lost lamb? There's a somebody I'm longing to see. Turns out to be someone who'll watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in Won't you tell them please to put on some speed? Follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed? Follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Someone to watch over me.
He came to the Riverhead School District in 1969, and as a high school administrator until his retirement in 1995, Antonio DeGrasse was instrumental in mentoring and securing college admission for countless students. A longtime member of the Rotary and its one-time president, he lived their motto, service above self. In 1998, he and his wife Ann formed the North Fork Breast Health Coalition, providing services to North Fork residents diagnosed with breast cancer. He served on the Democratic Committee, as a trustee of the First Congregational Church, on the Committee for the Beautification of Riverhead, which planted hundreds of trees throughout the town. As an avid lover of jazz and art, he held dear all the services and activities offered and served on the East End Arts Council. In honor of Antonio, our guest cellist, Fallon Spellman, has been playing cello since she was 2. She studied at North Shore Suzuki School for 4 years, at the East End Art School with Jeannie Walker for 9 years, has been in 4 NYSSMA festivals, 5 years in the East End Arts Perlman Music Program, 17 school recitals, plus she's performed at the Eastern Long Island Hospital Benefit, the East End Arts Gala, the Riverhead Community Mosaic, the School for Strings Festivals at the Manhattan School for Music, and I'd go on, but we don't have all night. Ladies and gentlemen, in tribute to Antonio DeGrasse, Fallon Spellman, with Classical Medley Fusion, Concerto in C Major by Joseph Haydn, and Scherzo by Daniel van Goens, arranged by Fallon Spellman. Gwen Branch was an extremely dedicated and involved in the Riverhead community, serving in many local organizations, a longtime member and past president of the East End Arts Council Board, on the board of the Family Community Life Center, a member of Riverhead Rotary, and a founding member of both the Riverhead Community Awareness Program and the Riverhead Town Anti-Bias Task Force. Gwen was a devoted member of the First Baptist Church of Riverhead, where she served on many committees and helped everyone who needed assistance at any task. She grew up in Riverhead and attended Riverhead Public Schools. She earned a master's degree in social welfare from Stony Brook University in 1990 and worked as a professor and counselor at Suffolk County Community College. Prior to joining the college faculty in 2003, she was the director of Alternatives Counseling Center in Riverhead, where she worked for 28 years. To quote her son Michael, "The lists are endless, as are her achievements and the sacrifices she made for her family and community." To perform in honor of Gwen, we present another musical family. Doreen Polcari began playing the violin in the 2nd grade at St. Angela Hall in Brooklyn. She plays with Sound Symphony Orchestra, a children's choir at Infant Jesus Chapel in Port Jefferson, and occasionally for productions over the Rainbow based in Holbrook. Tonight, she proudly plays with her twin 12-year-old sons. Andre Polcari plays cello and clarinet, soccer, and gaga ball. A junior high school student at McGann Mercy, he'd like to be a veterinarian. Michael Polcari favors the flute and violin and loved playing the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz in 3rd grade and Michael in Mary Poppins in 4th grade. Also a McGann Mercy junior high student, Mikhail hopes to be an animal breeder when he grows up. Both boys study at East End Arts School with Jeannie Walker. And now, the Polcari family will honor Gwen Branch with Musette by Johann Sebastian Bach, along with a traditional Israeli song, Zum Gali Gali. Bob Burks had a decades-long career sculpting iconic images of popes, presidents, and other luminaries. He's perhaps best known for his 8-foot bronze bust of President John F. Kennedy, a symbol of the Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, and his 22-foot seated figure of Albert Einstein on the grounds of National Academy of Sciences, both in Washington, D.C. His body of work also includes bronze portraits of Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., Franklin D. Roosevelt, and entertainers including Bob Hope, Frank Sinatra, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. An East End resident, Bob was actively involved in engaging area students. Oyster Pond students made an annual field trip to his studio to learn about his work and the history it reflected. Bob and his wife Todd were founding board members of the East End Arts in 1972, a time when there were few sources of support for artists and little access to art. At our 2007 Evening of Thanks, East End Arts honored Bob with the Lifetime Achievement Award. In honor of Bob Burks, welcome back Maddie Seidels and Jean Lemondola with Skylark by Hoagie Carmichael, lyrics by Johnny Mercer.
Say to me, won't you tell me where my love can be? Is there a meadow in the mist where someone's waiting to be kissed? Journeying over the shadows in the rain to a blossom-covered lane, and in your lonely flight, haven't you heard the music in the night? Serenading the moon, oh skylark. I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you lead me there? And in your lonely flight, haven't you heard the music in the night? Wonderful music, as a will-o'-the-wisp, crazy as a loon, sad as a gypsy, serenading the moon, oh skylark. I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you lead me there?
wanted to talk to Maddie for a second. She was one of the mentors in the Music Masters program 2017. Come here, girlie. She's very shy, you can tell. Tell us about the experience. I mean, first of all, you just signed up online and you had to provide a sample of what you do, right?
Yeah.
And then where did it go from there?
Well, the people who auditioned for it, we sent in a video of ourselves singing or playing whatever instrument we played, and they picked a group of people to be in the band with Begidi and David, and we had some rehearsals in the Carriage House at East End Arts, and we pulled together like a nice set list, and we performed. Yeah. And then some of us actually got the chance to tour with him over the summer at a few different venues across Long Island, which was really fun. And it was a good experience to like open our eyes up to how the business is and how gigging is, and it was really, really fun.
Where do you think that you got to as a result of having this? Like, aside from that it was loads of fun, do you think it raised the bar on your performance and understanding music and all that?
Oh, absolutely. I think that I really grew a lot with this the exposure with the performances, and I actually it was one of the things that started off my love for jazz, and now I'm actually auditioning all over for jazz vocal performance for college.
Wow, so it like opened a door for you in a really big way.
Absolutely.
That's fascinating. Well, thank you. I want you. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Music Masters program, you do still have an opportunity. If you know anybody who's a budding musician, they can sign up and they can be considered for the program. The deadline is December 18th. All they need to do at this point is to go on the website, eastendarts.org, and take a look and submit what they have. It's a tuition-free program as well. Now, Begidi, come here. That's your turn. Here's another guy who's really shy. Come on.
Yes.
So tell us about your experience with this, because first of all, thank you so much for contributing your time and your talent. So what's it like for you taking a fledgling musician under your wing?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say thank you to Pat Snyder and Diana, for giving me the opportunity to work with the kids. I tried this with my own kids at home. It was hard, but
harder with your own kids, really.
Yeah. And then, but coming here to work with these kids, it was just unbelievable. And I was very touched about, how much they learn and how much they're interested of, being musicians. And it was just amazing. I had more bass players than singers and drummers. But I had to make sure that 6 bass players can split the songs and work together. And this was a great challenge. And I just hope for the best for these kids and take this to another level and also come back and do this again one more time before I retire. But coming here, it really means a lot to me because I used to live in Stony Brook, and I met a dear friend of mine, Mark Getz, and we became friends, came to my house and worked with my kids, and then also played on my record, my last CD. And I took him to South Africa, and the South African saxophone players, they loved him, And he was very kind and just talked to them, also send them some emails and then give them reads. He let them play their saxophone and they just went crazy. And it was like, look, just do your best. Practice. But doing this for East End Arts is such an honor. And thank you. And I'd like to also thank David Bravo to be part of this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you in a couple of minutes. And now East End Arts is honored to introduce our 2018 Music Masters mentor, Brady Reimer. After a decade-long career with RCA Records jam band From Good Homes and recording and touring with acts like the Dave Matthews Band, Bob Dylan, Bob Weir's Rat Dog, Brady Reimer ventured into family music as he started his own family, releasing Good Morning Gus in 2000. Since then, he's released 8 CDs, including 2008's Grammy-nominated Here Comes Brady Reimer and the Little Band That Could, 2014's Grammy-nominated Just Say Hi, and 2017's Grammy-nominated Press Play. Reimer's rootsy accordion-laced pop and rock has garnered critical acclaim and national awards, including 3 Children's Grammy nominations, as well as numerous Parents' Choice Gold and National Parenting Publications Gold Awards, and earned him a growing fan base of enthusiastic families. Together with his longtime bandmates in the Little Band That Could, he performs for kids and families across the country at concert halls, clubs, performing arts centers, outdoor festivals, schools, and libraries. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2018 Music Masters mentor, Brady Reimer, performing his Light of Love.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, I think so. Well, hello everybody. How y'all doing? Woo! Happy anniversary, East End Arts. Very, very thrilled and honored to be in the Music Masters program this year. And in the spirit of that, we had a lot of time backstage. And I just met Bill Smith, the one and only Bill Smith. And we just started jamming on this song, so I invited him out here to do a little Music Masters, preparation here. And Gene's gonna shake some tambourines too over there. Now in this song, we have a little call and response. So when I say hey, you say hey. When I say ho, you say ho. Let's try it. I said hey. I say ho. I say hey. I say ho. 1, 2, get your hands clapping. Let's go. Come on, get those hands clapping. Well, everywhere you go and everything you do, every single person that you run into, you give them a smile, big and bright, shine your little light of love. From the fruited plain to the rocky shore, California desert to old Greenport, wherever you go on your way in life, shine your little light of love. Here we go now. I said hey, I say ho. Well, you got a deeper thing, come on and let them know. Hey, I say ho. Will you shine your little light of love? Yeah, baby. Well, my mama told me something long time ago. She said, don't you worry, boy, you got soul. So sing your song, sing it out right. Shine your little light of love. So on a Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday too, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, woo! 7 rocking days, 7 rolling nights. Shine your little light of love. Here we go. I said hey, I say ho. Well, you got a deeper thing, come on and let it show. Hey, I say ho. Shine your little light of love. Come on, Bill, let's go. I said, hey, I say, ho. Well, you got a deeper thing, come on and let it go. Hey, I say, ho. Shine your little light of love. Will you shine your little light of love? Will you shine your little light of love? Come on, clap your hands. Woo! Sing along with me like this. It's real simple. Shine your little light, shine your little light, shine your little light of love. Come on. Shine your little light, shine your little light, shine your little light of love. Little loud, come on. Light, light, shine your little light of love. Shine your little light, shine your little light, shine your little light of love. Will you shine your little light of love? Bill and Jean, thank you very much. I can't wait. Thank you.
Again, if you know any budding musicians and they'd like to be working with Brady Reimer, they should go to our website, eastendarts.org, and sign up. Oh, thank you. It was such a pleasure. And you guys were really good with doing the call and response. I was watching. And now for something completely different. Another special guest, Susan Dingle, and I are going to create a community poem. I don't know what that is. We'll find out. In 2014, East End Arts selected Susan Dingle as a Jumpstart artist. Jumpstart challenged artists to create a place-making project, and hers was Poetry Street. Now in its third year, this open mic poetry event continues the fourth Sunday of each month at Blue Duck Bakery. It's down the street from East End Arts on Main Street. This year, Susan added traveling to events and communities, and with videographer Chip Williford, who's up there. Hi, Chip! Launched Poetry Street on the Road on YouTube. You can watch this series at susandingle.com. You ready? Come on. Susan. Are you going over there?
Well, that's what I was told.
Come on over here.
But there's no light.
It's much more comfortable over here. Plus, there's a light.
So, hi everybody. My name is Susan Dingle, and I do not play or sing. I'm a poet, and what I do is listen to voices. And tonight, I listened to all of your voices who shared in one line, a few words, something about East End Arts. And so, I put this together in this kind of poetical, magical thing. And I'm going to read it back to you along with Cindy. We're going to read it back to you, and you can hear in the voices the experience of a community. I love the East End Arts Council because it enriches the community and provides a great anchor for downtown.
I love East End Arts because of the programs they provide for people of all ages.
I love East End Arts because it helped our granddaughter become confident and shine and enjoy being part of the community.
Everything I love about the East End Arts is it teaches people how to play instruments.
I love music to my heart and animals too. I love East End Arts so much. Like music, I play the piano.
I love East End Arts because of the children who have grown up with music and arts.
I love East End Arts because it embraces the people of the community. The experiences there branch out, and the rest of Long Island can grow with them.
East End Arts is a cultural sanctuary and nursery celebrating and cultivating arts.
East End Arts is a benefit to Riverhead, teaching children music and about the arts, teaches them how to be a contributing human being.
Were it not for my friend Lisa, I would not have known that Riverhead East End Arts has all types of programs and projects created with class and style and rivals New York City's programs and entertainment.
East End Arts is about community.
We don't all fit into a box.
want to explore possibilities, some seen and some to be newly paved, where dreams can become the real me, be part of a creative community.
The building and all the exhibits, and I liked working there as a volunteer in the beginning, working on the
little paper. The arts are always a good way to share culture, history, and happy memories.
My very first thought is Eileen Carey and the wonderful work she did as I instigate the development of the arts.
Lisa Asato, because of you, I got my start off. I know about East End Arts, and so do my friends who will come to see me on stage because my instructors have helped me turn a new page.
I was a seed in the soil, and East End Arts provided the water to help me grow.
Creating, supplying activities, tending the garden in which the sweet flower of the spirit of the East End can flow through the world. Let it loose.
East End Arts gave me a happiness to sing with good people and share many good times.
East End Arts, the perfect partner for downtown Riverhead.
Brings joy and celebrates children's creativity, encourages and enhances their talent.
East End Arts is great for the community, expanding hearts and minds through artful expression.
I love East End Arts. They are the greatest.
Inspirational, wonderful.
East End Arts has done a wonderful job enriching our community by way of the arts, and we thank everyone for all that they do.
I enjoy coming to the East End Arts. The atmosphere is welcoming and the shows are entertaining. Thank you.
The beautiful work you do, especially like the Harvest concert.
I love East End Arts. Amazing. Thank you.
Art lives in every aspect of life. Art should be recognized by everyone because it is vital to how we portray ourselves.
It creates community.
They bring the arts onto Main Street, literally.
Chalking up the street, shuffling on my feet in front of the East End Arts School of Music and Fine Art.
Keeping class, talent, history alive.
It's awesome.
The community, what? Sorry.
Presence. I love East End Arts because it's where art grows. I love East End Arts because I grew up there in my mom's office and the yard and carriage house, and it is why I grew up to be an artist. Thank you all.
Next time I'm going to proofread it. It's been a wonderful night. We are so very glad and so very grateful that you have joined us. If you haven't yet and the spirit moves you, please contribute to all the good that East End Arts brings to the community. We encourage you to text to give. Simply text Concert 45 to 41444. Don't put away your phones yet, though. While your phone's in your hand, you're going to want to take some photos of this next number, a little video to share with your Facebook friends and your Instagram followers. It's time to welcome back to the stage Bakiti Kumalo and friends, closing out the night with the very celebratory South African folk song, Kawaleza.
This is our last song, so I'd like you to help us to sing this song. It's very easy. It's called Amakanda Qabele Qithape Quteni Nqibevanga Namanqine Bhokwe Sebeqabe Nogama. Yes? Can we do this? And your part, Amakanda Sebeqabe Qithapa Sebeqabe Naboqamu Sebeqabe Ngenqo Amakanda Qabele Qithapa. Yes? I know you can do this. chance to sing. Your part. Kauleza. Kauleza. Oh, Kauleza. Yeah, my Kauleza. Yes, it come easy part. Civic kabila kutapa. Civic kabila kutapa. Hamakanda. Civic kabila kutapa. Civic kabila kutapa. Civic kabila kutapa. How long? Kauleza, Kauleza, mama Kauleza, 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 mama Kauleza, 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 mama Kauleza. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you very much. Bill Smith. Bagiri Kumaro. Yes. David Bravo. Thank you, Pat. Thank you.